Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 13, Episode 6, Episode 7? I can't seem to remember because my mind is on my t-shirt. Did you guys see it? All right, that's enough partying, y'all. I finally went on ahead and Rocky has itsrox merchandise. It's on my YouTube store. I actually hadn't planned on going live with it this soon, but it seemed that the store went live this morning and people were actually inboxing me and saying, oh my gosh, I see that you have merchandise now. So I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm still trying to learn the system, but hell, I'll go on and put it live if that's how y'all want to be. I did have my samples already at home, so I was just like, let me just throw it on and let y'all see it. So yes, you guys visit the itsrox gift shop is the name of the store. It's on my YouTube channel. If you're on my YouTube, if you're watching my channel on the YouTube app, then all you do is click store in my, in the tabs, and it'll take you there. It's also on my Instagram page. I put the link to the store on there, so that will be much easier for you guys. So I'll put my Instagram page on here. But yeah, you guys, we got all kind of goodies on there. We got stickers, we got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got whatever you're looking for. Well, not whatever, but a few things that you're looking for. If you want to go on and support your girl, go on over there and get it. So yeah, you guys, that's cute. I had it, it gave me that whole, itsrox. It's a retro feel, since I'm a retro girl on YouTube, probably one of the older ones when it comes to the women anyway, that's out here putting the videos out. So I wanted a little retro feel. So that's what they gave me. That's what the girl drew up for me. And I actually have another one here of another design that says I'm a rock star. So yeah, we got a couple of choices for you. I will be adding more things to the shop, but yeah, you guys, I just went on and y'all know I'm old and I'm nervous and I ain't be used to all of this computer shit and I ain't tech savvy and stuff, but I was like, let me go on and try to do this so y'all can support your girl if you want to. Only if you want to though. But yeah, isn't it cute? It's cute, right? Anyway, you guys, I did all that because the show was just, oh gosh, I'm not gonna complain, you guys. The review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Cynthia. She's calling around to the girls. We don't really never ever find out what was so important that she was trying to get in touch with everybody for. She calls Candy, and Candy is on the phone with Riley. Riley, you had finally enough time to get in touch with your mama. She's been on quarantine. I guess the kids had to quarantine for a couple of weeks before school started up there at NYU. Riley was just like, yes, I'm out with a couple of friends that I just met. And Todd was like, well, put them on the camera. And she was like, no, that's weird. Okay, no. But just suffice it to say that Riley is doing well. So Candy doesn't answer. She tries to call Kenya. And Kenya doesn't answer because she's on the phone, I think, with her cousin talking about how fat her fingers are, She said that she feels like she could just chop her finger off and she'll be done with the ring and she'll be done with the marriage. She'll be done with Mark. I was just like, girl, you got a baby. You're not going to never really be done with Mark. That's the bonus that you get when you hook up with these people and you decide to procreate. So he's always gonna be around, girl. And then she calls Portia, and Portia is with her friend. What was the girl's name that the house that they went over? They're having like a little meditation session in the girl's backyard. So Portia doesn't answer either. But like I said, what was Cynthia calling them for anyway? We see Drew and Ralph, and again, things are good. Things are good. I guess Ralph has turned a new leaf. We'll see how long that lasts, but yeah, he got a little scooter for her and they're outside. She's been down for 6 months because I guess she had broke her foot or whatever was going on with her at the beginning of the season, but now she's better. And what way to re-break something than to get on one of those fucking scooters? I was just like, girl, that ain't the thing to be on. Child, them things are so unsafe, so dangerous. But anyway, she's not going fast on there, you guys, and really it's just for the TV. So he gets, you know, with her. They're walking down the street. She's riding through her beautiful neighborhood, and they get to talking about the trip. He was like, are you sure you want to go to this trip, considering we're moving right now? We're right in the middle of moving. And she was just like, yes. Like, you get to go off and run off for 3 days and don't let me know where you're going. I think you owe me this one, you know. And he says that he does owe her. So yeah, she's gonna go on this trip, you know, and try to clear her mind and, you know, bond with the girls. Okay, as a matter of fact, let her call Candy to make sure that Candy is coming, you know, even though isn't Cynthia supposed to be her friend? But anyway, she calls Candy, and she's like, I was just making sure that you're going on the trip to South Carolina. And Candy was just like, for sure. Yeah, good. Drew's good, you know, happy to hear that all of the women are going. I mean, they have to go on these trips because it don't look like they're gonna have no big out of the country trip this season anyway. So girl, get all your little perks of being a real housewife of Atlanta. Oh, my shirt, y'all asked. Y'all was looking at my shirt. Now we see Latoya. She meets Kenya out for, it looks like they're at brunch. And it's a rainy day. It's ugly, but you know what? We're gonna still get out there with this cute little ruffle shirt. Y'all know I live for a ruffle. And then I love the pastel colors. You know, I'm real girly when it comes to things like that. So when Kenya came with that shirt, I was like, that is so fucking cute. I mean, it had all of the drama and the razzmatazz up there. I loved it. Anyway, Latoya joins her. They sit down, they order their food, and then Kenya gives her a gift. She gives her some underwear that she's never worn. And you know what? I'm just like, you guys really gonna play this up, huh? I mean, who gives a friend of theirs? I mean, I guess, like, if you never worn the underwear, I mean, that's fine. But it's just like such an awkward and weird gift. You know, she's, look at this. This is when I was a 32D, you know. And of course, Latoya sniffs the crotch. And I'm just sitting there like, oh God, like, this is so stupid. Everybody know y'all not like that. So, you know, if I was lesbian, I would be offended. Shit. They just trying to pull our chain, y'all. Anyways, yeah, this trip to South Carolina. So Kenya tells her that she is going to be getting a private jet. I was like, to South Carolina? I mean, that's like a 4-hour, not even 4 hours, like a 3-hour drive, depending on where you're going in South Carolina. It could even be shorter. And why must you get a jet? That's like a waste of, so I was just like, she just flossing because, you know, she says that she wants to be safe for her family, and that's fine. You could have been in another Springer van, but she decided that she wanted to get this private jet for her. She's bringing little Brooke, the nanny, and Latoya. So, I mean, it's fine. If that's what you want to spend your money on, fine. All right. Latoya's like, you don't think the girls are going to be upset that you're getting this? And she was like, well, if they want, they can pull out their American Express black card and get I mean, I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm hating because I'm not. Like, if you got it, do it. Like, I am so fine with everybody getting private jets if that's what they want to do. But it's like, you ain't really doing much flying from Atlanta to South Carolina. How much does that cost? You know, like, in the grand scheme of things, I know it sounds like I'm haterish, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? Now, we did see that it was her birthday yesterday, if you guys are on social media, and she did rent a private jet, it looks like, as well. The same little small private jet. So this ain't no big nothing, you know, it's just small enough of them to get to where they're going. And now that, I was like, okay, she probably spent some good money on that because it looks like she's down in the island, down in the Caribbean probably somewhere, or maybe in Mexico, because that's where everybody is going right now because of the Rona. So that was impressive, you know, but I was just like, girl, you know, but anyway, she don't care if they mad or not, because this is what she's doing that's, you know, best for her family. Now, she calls Drew, and then I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I know you guys are tired of me telling you this, but they are definitely just, all of this is so made up. It's so planted, you guys, but I'm going to go with it. But I just have to bring it up that all of this, because why would she call Drew? She don't even really like Drew. Okay, but she calls Drew and she tells her that they're going to South Carolina, making sure she's coming, and also that she's getting a private jet, her and Latoya. And, you know, Drew was like, well, look at that. Isn't that something? Like, to South Carolina, you know. But, hey, do what you want to do, right? So, yeah, she's coming, and Drew's excited. And then while they're on the phone, she tells Kenya that she's going to have a little, you know, a little dinner or whatever. She wants the girls to come over so they can see the house before she moves. And Kenya was like, and can LaToya come? I was just like, where is the decorum of these women? Like, if the person doesn't say, and make sure you bring so-and-so, then no, the motherfucker can't come. Okay, I did not say that I wanted them to come, but you know, Drew is not that type. So she says, oh yeah, if she wants to come, then yeah, she can come. She gets off the phone with her, then she's talking to LaToya about her divorce, you know, and she's just done. And she's been done the whole time. So it's just like, why we keep on talking about the fact that you done, girl? You done. Okay, but she's done. Her and Mark can't talk. You know, he just, you know, always trying to tell her what to do. She don't like the fact that she's not even able to put her baby in her hair care campaigns because, you know, Mark is not going to clear it. And she's just frustrated with it. And LaToya asked her, how long has the marriage been toxic? And she was like, girl, I don't know. And I was like, we do from the beginning. Okay. Y'all ain't never had a happy marriage as far as we could see. Maybe by the time the camera made it to you guys, you know, maybe the shit was falling apart. But yeah, you know exactly when that shit went toxic, if it ever was untoxic. But I was just like, we're going to let Kenya live because you know what? I want her to be away from him. He did not treat her well, and he seemed to be unhappy, and she was unhappy. And I am all for people not being together if they're not happy. Okay, if we ain't willing to work it out, then get the fuck on. Go on and just admit it. It ain't never been right. Okay, so let's jump over to Drew's little thing. She's got the girls coming over, remember? So she's at the house and she's getting prepared. She has Chef Love there, you know, the person that's cooking the food, and I guess that's her team that's there with them. They look like a whole bunch of majorettes. I was like, what is this clothing that they have on? And then I was looking at Drew, and child, she was so... now look, that bright ass purple shit she had on her eyes, but it didn't look like the rest of her face was made up. I mean, it was so much and so heavy and so dramatic. I was like, girl, what Instagram makeup artist did you decide to go with? I mean, not saying that the IG makeup artists are not good, but this one in particular, if she did get one, that shit almost looked like she did it herself. It was all smudged up. And I was like, So I had to get used to that, you know. But she was feeling herself. She had her big old ponytail on. Her and Ralph, you know, was getting a kick out of naming it, you know. And they came up with Sasha, and, you know, she loved it. And at the same time, we see Cynthia pulling up, walking up, knocking at the door. I said, maybe the doorbell don't work, because why the fuck is everybody stuck at the door? Okay, knocking. She finally let Cynthia in. Cynthia was like, girl, look at you. Like, girl, it's a whole bunch. I know that's how Cynthia's face was looking, but she didn't say that. But I was just like, girl, we already know. Cynthia comes in there talking about that fucking wedding. Girl, we don't care. It's gonna be outside. That's what she says. Okay. Then we see Candy trying to come in, knocking at the door, again stuck. Nobody hears her knocking. She finally just walks on in. Okay. And then when Drew sees her, like, oh my God, Candy, nobody came to the door. You know, Candy, I feel so bad. I just walked inside your house. Girl, what was you supposed to do? Nobody was coming. You was gonna stand the whole time out on the porch? So then next we see Kenya. Kenya gets there again. There's a little drama trying to get inside. Ralph lets her in because the rest of the girls had then went out on the little patio. And so she comes in, you know, Ralph gives her some Veuve, it looks like some champagne, and then she goes out there and sits with the girls. And then bringing up the rear, of course, is Portia. As usual, when she sits down, she sees Ralph. She's just like, oh, ain't you very strong, girl? That's your husband? That's her husband. She was just like, oh, you know, you can kind of tell they was all kind of taken aback. Even Kenya said he was good looking. I was like, I don't know if I've ever looked at Ralph in that way. I mean, you could tell he's a bufferina for sure. His shirt's always tight and shit, but his head ain't shaped right. I just keep on getting thrown off by his head. It kind of go over to the point. It almost looked like one of the Gumbies that they used to have back in the day, but it's not the hair. That's his head. That's his cranium. But whatever, you know, Portia's teasing, maybe he need to pick up the table, whatever. Okay, so and we get past all that. All the girls are there, so you know they're doing shots and whatnots. Then Drew realizes that LaToya's not there. Where's LaToya? And, you know, Kenya was like, I don't know why you guys all looking at me, because wasn't she just down in your crotch not too long ago? You should know. But Kenya said she don't know. Okay, Portia was just like, well, you didn't want her to be here because she was really talking about you. And Drew was like, well, she was talking about me. Like, I don't even know her. Okay, I met her one time. The way she talked about her wig the last time, I was expecting to come in here and see her edges all chewed up. So yes, I'm gonna tell every god daggone thing. So Portia's telling, and I'm just like, who cares? This is not even a big deal either. Okay. But Portia, of course, is saying, oh yeah, she was talking about your wig and she said it looked bad and all this, you know. And I don't want you to think it was just me that heard it. Candy and Cynthia was there as well. You know, Candy was just like, well, I'm just saying, like, you don't really know her, so it don't matter. It really doesn't matter. If somebody says, I mean, you guys many times have told me different wigs that I've worn that you don't like. You know, it's just a matter of opinion. So I don't care. If I like it, I'm gonna wear it. And then you're gonna just have to look at it for however long I wear it. And then we move on to the next. You win some, you lose some, right? So, but you know, of course, Drew was like, what does she do anyway? And the producer said that she had a YouTube channel. I said, don't come for the YouTube channel. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Because, you know, I make a cute little coin off of YouTube. It ain't like I'm rich or nothing. But, you know, it's like it's plenty of people that's on YouTube that's doing well. And LaToya has a big ass following. So I'm sure she's doing quite fine on YouTube. Okay? But anyway, I understood where Drew was coming from. LaToya had no reason to be talking about that girl. She had just met her. You know, her hair was fine. If you don't like curly big wigs, then that's on you. But it's just like it was no need for her to be trying to make a big deal out of it. So then while Portia's sitting up there telling her again, I'm sitting there going like, here we are with the planet mess. Like, let's see what kind of drama we can stir up, and it's all very superficial. So whatever. They go inside and, oh, my shirt. You guys was talking about my shirt. It's cute, huh? You love it? I love it, you guys. They go inside and, you know, they sit down with their food and everything looks really good. Everything seems to taste pretty good. You know, everybody seems very impressed. We start talking about Drew wants to do an album, you know, that she sings. And, you know, they were like, oh, give us a little sample. So she starts up on Amazing Grace. And, you know, it's cool enough. You can tell she can keep a tune and everything. She didn't try to give us no vocal histrionics. But then Portia, if she want to sing now, we can sing. No, we cannot. As a matter of fact, I don't want Portia to never sing again. She was just like, just remember, I sang Amazing Grace first. They showed that damn video of her singing Amazing Grace on the reunion, and her face was all amazing. It was like, girl, how something so cute could make such an ugly face. So it was all in good fun. You know, they listen to Drew sing her song. And then, you know, we get down to eating and talking and chatting. You know, they kind of try to bring up her problems with Ralph. And they're like, Ralph is in earshot. Like, maybe we don't need to be talking about him right now. Okay. Well, let's talk about the South Carolina trip. Kenya says that, yeah, we're going to be going to South Carolina. Me and LaToya are going up early ahead of everybody. And then you guys are all going to be coming in the van afterwards. And then Drew says, oh, and you guys are going to be going in the van earlier? And Kenya was just sort of like, you know, kind of stammering. And we find out supposedly that Kenya then texted Drew right after her conversation on the phone with her. She texted her and said, don't tell the girls that, you know, they weren't taken, that they were getting a private jet. Again, this sounds like something they came up with after the fact. Okay. Oh, let's throw that in the storyline. Let's say that we didn't want the girls to know, and then Drew can tell them. Okay. So Drew was like, oh, so you guys are going on the van? And she was just like, no, we're going on a private jet earlier. And, you know, Drew was like, yeah, you know, she told me not to tell the girls. And, you know, she was just sort of like, well, I'm thinking like, who the fuck cares? Who cares? I don't give a fuck if you on a damn private jet. If that's what you want to do, fine. Maybe it's just me, you guys. Maybe I'm just really way too easygoing and laid back. My friends have told me that sometimes, that I need to get madder than I do. But I'm just like, what? You know, to me, it's just like, who the fuck cares if this child is child? Anyway, the girls are like, you know, oh, you going on a private jet and we all not going? And I'm sure everybody up there realizes that the more people that's on a jet, the bigger the jet has to be and the more money it is, okay? And maybe Kenya did spring for this jet for her and LaToya. Maybe Bravo didn't do that. I don't know. And it could have all just been a part of the whole plan and the ploy and the plot, y'all. That's why I'm just like, oh. You know, the girls ain't real mad. They just sort of like, ain't that some shit? But Kenya says that Drew is sneaky. But she don't care because this is what's good for her and her family. Cynthia says that she's going to be late, you know, to the trip. So she's actually not even going to be on the van with the girls because she's got another obligation that she needs to be in Atlanta for. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. The night, with the exception of Drew kind of busting Kenya out, the rest of the night goes very successful. And when the girls all leave, you know, everybody seems to be okay, even though Candy was like, did you really get a private jet to go to South Carolina? So now it's time to leave and everybody is packing and getting ready to go. We see Cynthia talking to Noelle while she's packing. We see Drew talking to her husband while she's packing. She had another huge ass wig. It was big. I was just like, oh. I mean, girl, that's the way to do it, huh? When a motherfucker talk about your hair, honey, you just give it to him even bigger. Portia's talking to her mother, you know, last minute preparations for PJ while she's gone. They look like they splitting the baby between Diane, the super, you know, a nanny and all of them. And she knows that the baby will be fine with them. We already know that Portia's left the baby before in the past. So it's all good. We see Candy talking to Todd. He was just like, ooh, you getting thick. I've been thick. That COVID weight is definitely showing up. But Todd was like, no, baby, it looks good. You know, she don't know what she need to pack. Should she just pack t-shirts and sweatsuits, or, you know, are they going out? You know, she ain't really sure how this whole thing is supposed to go. Todd tells her how he was with #chill the other day, getting fitted for his tux, and he's gonna be actually like the MC of sorts for his bachelor party. And Candy was just like, oh yeah, that's right, I need to make sure we get Cynthia's bachelorette party together. You know, Candy and Todd, the resident freaks, you know, they got to be the one that's in charge of anything sexual. So we're going to have the strippers and it's going to be all this and all that. We see Kenya. Kenya says that she would love to leave Brooklyn at home with her husband, you know, while she goes out of town. However, she's never left her child overnight with anybody. Okay. And that includes her father. You know, it's too bad that things have to be this way, but this is how it has to be. So she's bringing Brooklyn and the nanny, like I said, and they getting on this jet. So then when LaToya gets there to the house, you know, they get in the SUV because they're driving to where the jet is going to take off. And Kenya tells her how Portia was stirring up all of this mess, telling Drew about the wig. And LaToya was like, Portia's messy. And I was like, Portia's messy? No, LaToya, you're messy too. So I got a little tickle out of that. But anyway, they get to the jet. They're celebrating that they don't have to get on the van. Now, the weekend is going to, or however long they're going to be gone, this look like they're gone during the week. But it looks like it's promising to be quite the event, or at least they're trying to build it up to be when the super actually drops Portia off over at Candy's house. I guess they're all meeting over there to get on the van. You know, Candy was just like, Portia is a trip. You know, she get filled with the Henny, then her and Dennis want to make up. But Portia said no, it was just very nice that he dropped her off. She didn't have to get an Uber. Even Shamia is there as well, and she knows some shit going on as well between Portia and the super. You know, they can't never really call it. But it's gonna be a good weekend, okay? Group hug. Okay, Portia was like, hey, should we get kisses now? And Candy was just like, I'm never kissing Portia again. And we go down memory road about, you know, the sex dungeon and all of that. But like I said, they're already trying to put us in the mindset that everybody is kind of on this whole sexual kind of feel. The rest of the girls get there, you know, Tanya gets there, Marlo gets there. You know, Portia was just like, Marlo is giving us pandemic end of the world realness. Marlo has on a full-blown covered suit like what Naomi Campbell wears on her jets when she goes when she flies on the commercial planes. I mean, Marlo is just like, yeah, I had to put it on because this is public transportation. Marlo is not taking any chances. We all on the bus. We all about to have a good time riding up to South Carolina. So you know how the girls do. Whenever they get on, it's always about gossip, you know. So Candy was just like, we want to know, Portia, what was going on? You and the super was supposed to go to dinner. She said that he had to tell her how he was feeling a certain kind of way about how she reacted to him cheating, but he realized that he had to give her, you know, her space, but he was really mad about it, and, you know, him having to leave and all of that. You know, the girls were just like, well, I mean, what's going on? The super and Portia seem like they just a whole bunch of back and forth ghetto ass bullshit. Like any old regular nigga that you know, that they keep on going back and forth some niggas, you know. So you can't never really tell what those two are doing until Portia comes showing up with another man. They probably still fooling around on the sly. We tried to bring up the subject of threesomes, you know, who's had that. It was just like, why are we still talking about threesomes? Haven't they had these kind of questions before? You know, Tanya, I'll never tell. Well, you had a threesome at the damn trip, didn't you? So I guess you did tell in some kind of way. But jumping back over to Kenya and LaToya, they make it up there to South Carolina. They go to their Airbnb. The house is beautiful. It's right on the beach. It's so nice. It's decorated beach, you know, beach-like and all of that. So they're excited. They get there early, right? So now they're going to assign everybody the rooms, and none of the rooms are horrible. So all the girls seem to have pretty good rooms. Some are way more nicer than the others, but you know what? Everybody in the house and fine. So they figure out where everybody is going to go. Kenya has to be the furthest from the girls because she has the baby, right? Well, you know that's going to be an issue because when we go back to the girls in the van, they're talking about how they had to get on this van, and Marlo was just like, well, where's Kenya? How did she get there? And they were like, she's on a jet, a private jet. And, you know, of course, everybody's like, oh, I mean, we would love to be on a private jet. And then somebody sees on social media that she has little Brooklyn with her. Oh, Lord, why did they see that? You know, Portia, I was so emotional today leaving my baby. Didn't you want to bring your baby? Talking to Candy. You know, Candy was just like, yeah, she felt sad, you know, having to leave Blaze too. Now they upset. Brooklyn is, I said, oh, here we go. A repeat of Real Housewives of Potomac. You really know that you stretching when you actually are stealing ideas from a show, another show that's not as up there as you guys are. But oh, they so upset that they didn't get to bring their babies and that Brooklyn is there with Kenya. So I guess we're going to have to hear about that next week. We going up to South Carolina. Let's just get on with Strippergate, child. I'm ready for it. I'm going to get on off of here. Like I said, you guys go on and visit the store. I will put the link right here on the channel, on the screen. Okay, all right. And I'm going to get on up off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right, all right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.